I welcome this debate on the Childcare Amendment Bill 2024, which I'm taking in the place of my colleague, Deputy Jennifer Whitmore. And at the start, I just want to say that I'm quite disappointed that this bill has been so drastically pared back. So much so that only 7 of the Children's Committee's 96 PLS recommendations are now relevant to the bill that's before us. Extensive provisions on child welfare and protection have been put on ice, and that's regrettable, I think. We're told that another bill will be published later this session, and the importance of honouring that commitment, I think, cannot be overstated, and I'm sure you accept that, Minister. It's a year since the PLS report was published, and over 6 years since the review of the Childcare Act 1991. We should be further along the process at this stage. At the very least, I would hope that this time has been used to strengthen the outstanding bill to take account of the Children's Committee's recommendations and indeed the recommendations of the Ombudsman for Children. Amongst the many observations made by the Ombudsman was the draft bill's weakness in respect of unaccompanied children seeking asylum, which is an increasingly pressing issue, as you will know. This followed a 2020 report by the Ombudsman, which found that more than 120 unaccompanied children were housed in hostels with no care staff after 5 p.m. The likelihood is, of course, that that number has increased significantly since then. While a noteworthy investigation published in December 2023 found that 62 asylum-seeking children have disappeared from state care since 2017. That's an absolutely shocking figure. It represents a complete abdication of responsibility to those children, and it really is quite an indictment of the government, in my view. I accept that there has been an unprecedented increase in the number of unaccompanied children arriving in Ireland, but a country running a surplus of €8 billion should be able to meet that demand. We have not just a legal, but we also have a moral obligation to protect these very vulnerable children. It's also worth noting that it's almost exactly a year since researchers in UCD published their shocking and disturbing report into the sexual exploitation of young girls in state care. That report found that girls as young as 12 were being horrifically abused and deliberately targeted by predators. But that was not the first time that the government has been alerted to the sexual abuse of children in state care. I think the government has been on notice of this abhorrent abuse since at least 2020, when Tusla was notified of concerns about a sexual exploitation ring targeting girls in state care. In view of these shocking state failures in the care of vulnerable children, there can really be no excuse for any further delay in advancing the child protection provisions that we were promised.